genders.
All right, Bird's the word. BG, back again. New wrinkle on the brain. Let's go in and get that thing. So, having a conversation, and looking at what's going on online, looking at what's going on in the world, I'm noticing a couple things. Words of reparations are coming back. I like that. I like reparations. Being an African-American male myself, of African-American descendant, and to me, I consider myself black. I really don't think I'm African at all at this point. But I'm going to get into lineages in just a moment. What I also want to point out is if you think about it and just say it out loud, we've also gone back to the times of blaming Russia for possibly being colluders and spies.
Red Scare all over again?
Sounds like 1960 if you ask me.
That's a good era.
I mean...
Swayze was on his shit, dude.
True.
We started getting a little bit of fucking...
Cars finally had gas.
Emilio Estevez. Kevin Bacon was just starting to show as sexy.
But I mean, we're talking about a long time ago, though.
Oh, you're talking way before that, huh?
Yeah.
How far back? Take me back.
Yeah.
Take me back.
Not the 80s. We're talking about like 1780.
Oh, sirens blaring over the fucking
shit like that.
City.
Yeah. But this is wartime. Wartime. These are times when things were a lot different than we've been told. And the thing is with history, here's the fun part. You people apparently love history. Here's why. I know this is true.
Fuck history.
There's a history channel, and it is constantly on and constantly being watched. Guess
their
what?
numbers be pumping.
Yo, ain't nobody hating on history today. I'm just pointing out that apparently we're all looking at it. We're all doing something with history, but it doesn't seem that we're learning anything from history. I have a problem with that. So
I think we're learning too much to the point where it is becoming repetition. So
it's not oversaturation. No, it's not oversaturation. I think it's more of a over access. Now,
like you said earlier, though, this goes back to we are being taught to learn new procedures.
Right.
And these are the procedures that we're being played over and over.
Right.
Between 10 and 9 before you get those fucking infomercials. And this is what your grandparents are falling asleep to while they're watching it.
Thank you. Oh my God. So right. So when that happens, now we've been conditioned. Now we know, okay, when I get off work, I go home, I watch Netflix, I watch this, and this, and I go to sleep. We've really subscribed to that type of existence.
That's true.
We've subscribed to it.
I come home, I come from work, I have the same thoughts. I cook. Make sure the babies are good. Make sure my wife's okay. I wash dishes. I fold clothes. Get my clothes ready for the next day. I take a bath. I brush my teeth. I take a shit. I go to sleep. And I do that 5 days out of the week. To the point where, you know what? My Saturday and Sunday consists of that. Because that's what I know to do.
That sounds conditioned. Now, again, all conditions are routines which are learned over time. I understand that.
School taught me this, though.
Think about that. Now, if that means we were conditioned early, and we were given this diction of time frame early, meaning this is why a lot of you who are listening are probably working an 8 to 5 job.
This is what life requires to become a productive citizen.
However, is that also true? Is that also true?
Because what do we need to be qualified as to be a productive citizen of society?
Based on societal norms, there is no answer to that question. That's why that question is amazing. Thank you for asking it. What I want to do is to now unveil why we've been conditioned to this, what it impacts that would make it to where me, let's say, hypothetical, we'll do what we call a LARP session, live action role play. Let's say I'm the king.
Quick insight.
Oh, dude, this point, we're about to get deep.
At this point, if you're starting to think to yourself, if it ain't broke, why fix it? Then there's something obviously fucked up with you, and you need to listen to this next segment.
Right. There's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with you if you don't... Anyway, LARP session. Live action role play. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to present something to you, and we're going to move with it. It's going to be like a joke, but it moves. Everyone's watched Dave Chappelle. I understand that there's things you think of that. However, there were jewels and gems you may not have caught. So in a way, we're going to go over those. We'll do a LARP session today, and I want to just kind of role play if you don't mind. All right, so live action role play. Here's what I'm doing. I'm going to be, let's say, the leader of the elite. If I were the leader of people who make a lot of money, we know who the elite are. The elite. I'm using air quotes when I say the word. I'm actually doing that physically. But yes, air quotes, elite. These elite people who, how they say, a small percentage making more than 98% of everyone else.
Less than the 1%. This is the 0.1%.
Like this is the percentage of people you don't know the names of.
This is the lineage and the money that started America and decided we are never going to leave. We'll have influence on the rest of the civilization as long as we don't really need to do anything.
Right.
Why?
Right.
Because we were here first. And nobody knows the secrets and stories that we can have, share, or fucking exaggerate. This is the elite that we talk about, that everybody knows about, that you go ahead and you question yourself. Is it real? No, it's stupid. I don't want to talk about it in the conversation.
That's not happening, bro. That's not happening.
You're just paranoid.
No, they wouldn't let that happen, bro. Trump wouldn't let that happen, bro.
Where do you think all this data is being fucking reported to, dude? Do you get a mail every fucking end of the month or every first of the month that shows where the fuck your data is being reported to? Every time you log, every time you call, every time you post, every time you record, every time you do something on your fucking phone that you agreed to Google's terms, what do you think this data is going to?
When you just look at the phone, when you open it, do you not think that they're not
Where
taking a picture of you?
What do you think it's going to? Come on. Wake the fuck up, people. Now's the time.
Snapchat, it does not go nowhere. There's a website that streams all of your Snapchats that you guys think are gone forever. Yeah, they're not. They've been recorded.
Server farm somewhere.
Yeah, they've been
recorded.
They've been recorded. They've been recorded. The website to access it's pretty dope.
People are are buying this information. They're trying to figure out algorithms that our world and planet needs at this time. Right. That our fucking cell phone mobile market fucking needs.
Speak on it.
They're trying to figure out that this is what we need, and they're taking your information. What do you think they're getting it all from? You're fucking not reading. I mean, and you gotta be an idiot. I know you're not reading the fucking fine print, and I don't even fucking read it.
So, I mean, let's just say I'm the legal guy making all the weird terms and agreements that you're not reading on YouTube, Facebook, your Xbox, your PlayStation, your Wii, all of those things that have a little terms and condition box where, if I just click the green button or the little blue thing at the bottom, it moves where I want to go and I don't have to look at that thing anymore. Guys, you are signing away your rights to everything that makes you, you.
There's a point why my Google Assistant doesn't work right now. Because I have the facial recognition. Yeah, I fucked up. I haven't done the thumbprint. I didn't want to give them that.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I didn't want to do the OK Google Assistant because they get my fucking voice down, and I'd start seeing these random ass ads on my social media and apps that I download through their market just pop up because they decided to record a conversation and they think this is what I need to buy at this time. This is not what needs to happen. Y'all know what the fuck's going on. Start reading the shit you're downloading. Wake the fuck up, man. Come on, dude. Let's push back. The information, sadly, is available to us. Sadly, the information can be altered at any given moment in time. Yes, this is the internet. This is the day and age. Yes, you're streaming this some magical way. There's a wizard casting his fucking wand, and you're hearing this on the internet.
When I click my button on that thing for new Wrinkle, it come right up. Boy, I tell you, that new Wrinkle, boy.
No matter how the fuck you think this is happening,
wake up, guys. Wake up.
There's a lot of people out there that understand how this happens. They know how to manipulate it. What the fuck do you think we're doing? Come on.
It's not just Russia. You guys think it's Russia? Really? Okay, so hold on. Let me get this right. So some guy over in a very icy country where all they have is vodka and all they do are shoot things. I have watched them on YouTube. That shit's real. If you think I'm lying, prove me wrong. Now, hold on. Now, if they're just in the snow, drinking and whatnot, why would they care who the president of the United States is? Why? It does nothing for them. It's not a beneficial move. Let's be honest. Russia's really never been on our good side in the first place.
At this point, our own country's over who the fuck our president is.
Right. I heard terms like, I'm going to choose the lesser of two evils. I also heard the term, you know what? I just really don't feel that she's ready. I'm going to go ahead and vote for that dude that I know his name, and his name feels that it's okay to me. Now, this is not collusion. This is not Russia having some weird afoot thing going on. No, you guys did this. Whether you think you were bamboozled or not, I care less. My question to you as voters, or if you did vote for who our current president is, you don't have any room at all to support yourself right now. So sorry, but you kind of don't. Now, those who may have voted for the missus, in which who lost, and I'll say it that clearly, she lost, and there's nothing you can do about it. So she lost.
We just went through a whole scare where people were...
Right.
It was that fucking Face app. Remember that fucking Face app?
That was going to say that. Face app, right?
And yeah.
So everyone agreed to it.
It was
people
being reported. Everything was being reported. Biometrics of facial recognition.
Hold on. What people didn't click to was where that biorecognition was going. I was trying to warn people online, but I got a lot of backlash about it. I finally did some research and I got some answers. It turns out all of your data was being given to Cambridge Analytica, the same place that just got sued by the Supreme Court.
Yeah,
Google
of the United
States.
There's a shitload of documentaries going on right now.
The Supreme Court of the United States just forced Facebook to pay one of the largest payouts ever in people playing with your personal data. Now, here's the kicker. No one knew about it because no one seems to read. It seems that not only did you not read, you didn't even watch the videos that were explaining full verbatim what was written in that document. No one watched it. I watched all of those interviews and I read the documents. I'm telling you now, we're being played. We're being played against each other. It's very simple. As a LARP session, I will present it again. If I were some type of weird, nefarious person, not only trying to take over the world, but take over everything you do, think, are about, and everything that you click on every single day, think about it. It makes me more money for you to assume that I don't exist. That's why you don't know me. That's why you have no idea who that person may be. The thing with that also means, and it tells, there's groups. There are factions. There are people who are of level, of higher eliteness, if you will. I'm using air quotes in the air physically. Eliteness. I don't know if there's another word for it, but if there is, comment below. But look, I mean, this whole people have money and they get away with everything, it's no longer true. It's no longer true for two reasons. We now know that apparently Donald Trump likes to grab pussy. We also know that Mr. Epstein was doing things to children and trafficking kids at a rate and a level that accrued him billions of dollars and got him an island of his own.
We also know that Weinstein was conducting some shady ass shit, getting people roles, conducting movies. These are the movies you enjoy with your family or by yourself.
What are we doing?
These are being funded by sick people.
What are we doing?
We know that this identity of people exists. Still, we're gonna go to work tomorrow. We're probably gonna talk about this podcast. Maybe one person.
Hey, I mean, you
2 seconds. Have you heard about this? No.
Maybe
Why
you
even bring it up?
Maybe you won't even talk about it. Maybe this is that thing you're gonna guiltily watch on your own, away from the kids, away from your wife, away from everyone. Hey, do whatever you gotta do. Whether you gotta get away from the wife or get away from the husband.
As long as you're
do what you gotta
questioning yourself,
do.
dude.
You have to start understanding you're being played. This is not new. This is an old system. This is easy money. When they wanted to make phone lines, call certain people to make things happen in the 1930s, it was very simple. We used your phone line, we tapped your line, and guess what? When you wanted to make a phone call, you also called the police. You called investigative units. You were being recorded. Even that was a problem in the 1930s. 1930, they were freaking out about this. Not to say that everyone was doing something nefarious. It's to say, why would you listen to the intimate conversation in which that I want to have with Aunt June back over in Buffalo, New York? Why would you want to listen to that? Let's be honest here. There's a reason and a rhyme and a perfect process that's going on, and a whole underbelly of all of the weird and terrible things that could be possibly happening. We are watching it transpire, but we're still not doing anything about it. What gets me is that we still seem to have this division. Oh, you're crazy because you think that things are wild. Oh, but this guy is not crazy who drives a $45,000 car that he cannot afford, has a house he cannot pay for, and apparently has been working at his job for a long time, but still can't make ends meet. Look, there's a reason that we're stuck in, quote, slavery. We are still in slavery. We were never released. I wanted this whole thing to be about reparations. It turns out we will never get it.
Ken's Five just released I've only seen it on Facebook, but I know it's by Ken's Five. They just published something about how we cannot afford rent, even on the cheapest level. That's not fucking news to us. We've known this.
The news is almost 10 years behind. It's very funny how La Pulga on Facebook can unveil...
La Pulga.
Let me get
that right.
For yo, they might come get me. Don't let me mess that up. La Pulga. I'm so sorry. I do apologize to all of my users of said, app and whatnot. But yeah, seriously, they've been on the forefront of investigative news. There's actually been several investigative cases that were, we don't know where to go. We don't know where to find this person. Orale, you watch La Pulga? Hey. Within an hour, people are getting caught. Within minutes, we were able to save a child's life. There was a whole La Pulga post about the child that was saved at a HEB location on Southeast San Antonio. If it wasn't for the Facebook post, that kid would not be here with us right now.
Shout out to the community.
And I mean,
I've been on active watch, dude.
Mad props.
Also want to note that SAPD's been on active watch lately.
Right.
They've been cracking down, and it's kind of good. It's a little disturbing to see the presence so heavily, at least on my side of town. But from what I've been seeing, just with the incident that happened at Fox Tech, with the van and the lady in the wheelchair, my wife works right behind that damn school and right by the parking lot. And just by today, going by there, that presence was felt. It was heavy. And, it shows that this city is now starting to take care of it. Especially shout out to our police department. I'm thankful to say, I've had one bad run-in with the cops here out of my almost 30 years of life. I'm just about there. But other than that, I've had a couple of run-ins with the law. And it's always been all right. As long as you cooperate. If you have shit to fucking hide, then don't be fucking doing it. If you ain't Tony fucking Montana, don't be fucking selling coke out of your fucking trunk.
And you're gonna have a hard time. You're gonna have a hard time down here in Texas, you always hear the cliche man, Texas don't play. Nah, for real, Texas don't play for real. Dude, don't come down here with your fuckery from other states. Dude, don't do that. Just don't. We
really believe in what our fucking taxpayer dollars go into.
Right.
That shit is a religion here. No, we really care because it's so high. I'll talk about that later.
We're putting it. We're putting it.
We are putting it in the work. It is affecting my check.
Yeah, for sure.
You know how much I pay for fucking Medicare?
Right. And to me, at the end of the day, even if it's just the parks in San Antonio, if the parks aren't clean and they haven't cut the grass in a while, guess what? You're going to have a whole citizens union calling downtown to make sure that place gets cut. That make sure that the weeds are down to where we can see the kids. Dude, it's all about safety down here. And it's not that we want to give you a hard time or whatever, like, for real, it's about safety, dude. We understand that whole system of your kid might get taken, for real. You know what I'm saying? Or you might get shot if you go and do something stupid in this place right here. Like, we're trying to really save a lot of people.
Brings me back to another point real quick. They've been circulating a fucking video of a mama filming her daughter getting off of a school bus, right? School bus lets the stop sign out. Baby's about to cross the street. I mean, this is stop signs. Here in Texas, the news has just hit that point. I got a couple homies that got a couple of tickets for that shit. You know, we've been hitting it real hard on these stop signs and the whole school bus situation on when you need to stop on both sides. Well, in this video, mama's waiting for baby girl to get off of the fucking bus, and while she's right before she crosses the street, fucking car whizzes by at least 35, 40 miles an hour. The mom starts. She was running to the street prior before the mom makes before the car makes that cross, and the mom's yelling, "Stop! Stop! Stop!" And the car just whizzes by. The baby is within a foot from stepping into that street and being hit by that car. People have been talking shit about. They've been enforcing this law about the bus stops and the bus signs. It's for your fucking children. How many other things do you have to bitch about throughout your fucking day already as an adult? Bitch about that. But when it comes to your kids, if it comes to somebody else's kids, these are fucking children's funerals that parents and relatives have to pay for if you make that dumbass mistake. Just because you want to be on some shit that, like, the school shouldn't be doing that. These tickets are too much. Man the fuck up. Take responsibility. Get the fuck off your phone. Look where you're driving. We need to start being more aware of what we're doing. This brings me back to the whole point of this podcast today, and shout out to Anchor for doing this.
Yes, sir.
This is kind of my first podcast with BG today, so this is a good celebration for us.
Appreciate you.
So, really though, but it comes back to the point of we need to start taking more fucking responsibilities. Excuse my language, but I'm really ticked off about this.
No, I mean, and
we
you know,
need to take more responsibility on what we're doing.
And people,
I don't think we are as a community.
Right.
We're relying on those good out here to do what we are afraid to pick the slack up for, and we do that way too much. We did that with the fucking election, and look what happened. You know how many people I met before this election that was like, you know what? I don't think I'm going to vote, because other people out there, assumingly, will do what's right and not vote for fucking Donald Trump. That joke.
He'll never make it.
Look what the fuck is going on. If you agree or disagree, at some point, you know you disagree with what the fuck this dude is doing with his antics. You know you disagree with at least one thing he's doing as a president. Yeah, he's a real estate businessman, giving this country what we need. We've been doing it a long time, but we've been doing it without throwing punches first. Throwing punches first gets you into it. And we knew about throwing punches first.
Right.
Because we come in, we bomb those who throw punches first.
Right,
we saw what fucking happened with Pearl Harbor.
Right.
We saw what happened with fucking Hitler in France.
Right.
We know what throwing punches means first. We've dealt with it firsthand.
And to me, you know, maybe it's coming from being a military dependent. Maybe it's coming from living in the military city USA. I'm gonna tell you right now, we see the consequences of what's going on. You know what? I mean, I'm not even gonna get political about it. Y'all already know, Tulsi. But for real, like, we got BAMC. That's what we call now SAMC. It's a San Antonio Medical Hospital. Now, this whole entire medical hospital.
By the way, he's the only Tulsi dude here. He's not speaking for the whole channel. He's speaking. BG speaking for himself.
Tulsi. So, all right, fuck it. We'll do the Tulsi track later. Anyway, no, for real. I mean, to me, it's like, you know, we see the burn unit when they come back. We see the build a house fund when the family can't go back to whatever state they come from. We've been very hospitable. San Antonio is not a place where we tell you need to go back to where you came from, or hey, you can't be here. We're not about that. We're really not. And what I want to do, and what I've actually been all about since day one with this podcast, was I wanted to give data. I wanted to understand and maybe overstand, if you will, so I could tell you people, so I could give the data of what's going on and what really kind of gets me, irks me, makes me like, hey, why is this happening? I'm now at that point where I have to say like, yo, I've been tired of what's happening, and when I talk to people, they tired too. Why are we all sick and tired? Because we are not doing anything. No one's moving. Come on, people. We could have fixed this years ago. But the thing was, we didn't vote for it. We didn't put the people in the right roles for it. We didn't understand that, hey, look, somebody who's, educational secretary might have something to do with vice presidency down the line. We didn't know that. But until you understand politics, you're never going to understand that, look, there's multifacets to all this. Everything is totally about money. And I mean, now they're telling us up front. There's documentaries about it. There's other podcasts about this. Shout out to my boys at Leap Project. I love Rex Bear, San Antonio native, by the way. So if you're a San Antonio listener, check out.
Railroad operation.
Already. We'll say it again.
Shout out to the Underground Railroad operation.
Underground Railroad operation. shout out to y'all too. Y'all, I mean, look, everybody's. Tim Ballard. We also we're also going to be putting on like I said, Linda Motenhow. She's an amazing source of data, raw data that she herself did. I'm not going to steer you in the wrong place. If you want just straight info, if what I'm telling you sounds too throat, you can go in there and get it from the source. You can go in there and talk to Linda Motenhow and let me know how you feel after that. You know what? Shout out to Ben Carson, homie, bruh. Like there's just so many. Hey, come here. Come on, man. Do your shout outs. Come here. Come on. Nigga, goddamn stop your cigarette, my nigga, and come do your shout outs, man. Come on. I'll say them for you. What was it?
Glenn Beck.
Glenn Beck? Nah, man, I can't.
He's giving it to Operation Underground Railroad.
Alright, so apparently this thing wants to tell me Glenn Beck. I don't know. This podcast is not fully endorsed people who talk about Glenn Beck. But you know what? A lot of data that a lot of people was putting out apparently was suppressed. And now we're seeing it live. We're watching it happen. All of the crazy things that Alex Jones was saying, and don't get me wrong, when Alex Jones pops off and says, they're trying to make all the frogs gay. Now that's kind of weird. I'm not going to lie. I'm not sure if I buy it either. But now we have confirmation. There are sound wave technology, different type of directional technology. There's these satellites. There are these satellites where, guess what? These frogs aren't just gay. These frogs are making their own babies, and all the dude frogs just die off. Now, when they die off, now you have a whole bunch of asexual versions. Those asexual versions can be taken anywhere, manipulated, and done things too. There's a lot more going on that we're not being told about, but the thing is, no one's really looking it up. And like I said, a lot of us don't like to read. So do your reading. Do your research. We've already given you where to go. If you have any questions, you know where to hit us up at. That's going to be at the ANWOTB at Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, the new Wrinkle on the Brain podcast. ANWOTB.
You could also email us at bmp.anwotb at gmail.com.
He's trying to give me the face. I remember shit.
And shout out to Bearmark Productions.
Right. Bearmark Productions.
Studios on the way, y'all.
What we're doing is going to be so insane. You may not even understand what we're talking about right now, but Bearmark Productions is going to be the groundbreaking place in San Antonio, in Texas, to really bring California to Texas. We need to go ahead and be Hollywood. Hollywood's done. So let's go ahead and make it work. What we're going to do next, we're going to go ahead and bring a whole bunch more to you. We have more video, more audio podcasts. Thank you to Anchor for putting everything out. It's going to be available everywhere. Spotify, Google Play, Apple Play. Yo, thank you. We there. And you know what? You guys could do it too. Every one of you guys are special. Every one of you guys are amazing. And that's why we love you. All of you guys that are listening, thank you for all the support.
Just real quick, a year ago, I did not believe that we'd be here making money off the things we love. We're slowly getting there.
Right.
And I just hope that this at least, feeds some of the homies that be out there questioning, what is Jordan doing?
Right.
What is BG doing?
Right.
What are y'all doing?
Right.
We're doing what we love finally. We took that step. We stopped being pussies, stopped being afraid. Again, this isn't for the easily offended.
Yo,
and if you're not used to this kind of shit weekly,
you might want to dip out now.
Subscribe.
You might want to dip
Find
out right
somebody
now.
that likes this.
Yeah, dip out right now. Because you know what? You know, this may only be for the few. And if you are of that few, be that many. You know, be those ones that are gonna be, hey, look, every time it comes out, I'm here. But you know what? Some of y'all might not even be ready for this. So if you share this to your friends and your friends are giving you a bad time, be cautious on who you send this to, because your friends might be fragile and may not be able to process what we're doing. So I mean, we love you guys. We love everything you guys have been sharing. But now we may have to almost be decisive on who we sharing this to. And it's not because we're rude. It's not because we don't want everybody to listen.
It's weeding out the weeds.
Right. We want a good garden. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to cultivate a culture, cultivate a location. Not only cultivate a location or a studio, we want to cultivate a real movement. This could be a real movement if we're
also working on merch right now. Let me leave y'all with a quote for the day. This is one of the quotes. This is originally thought of by me.
Right.
So here's the quote. Now, to have a podcast, you must listen rather than talk. In return, you can question those who are in the wrong. Those are for those who are out there, at least you want to tackle your dreams. Let's do it. But also, shut the fuck up every now and then. Listen to what's going on before you talk.
Not everything's about you.
Grasp the concept before you at least release the ammunition that you've been building up. Make sure it relates to what's going on. We want to see everybody do what we're doing out there. And this is why Bearmark Productions is in productions. Basically, soon we will be opening up booths to those who are willing to rent out and who want to start their own podcast or their own YouTube channel. This is what we're opening up to.
Right.
If you have thoughts, ideas, anything you want to share, again, email us at bmp.anwotb at gmail.com. Again, that's bmp.anwotb at
anwotb. New Wrinkle on the brain.
At gmail.com.
anwotb at gmail.com.
Yeah.
We're gonna work on that.
But you can if you're on Facebook right now, you can hashtag us or add us at a new Wrinkle on the Brain, and we'll pop up because we're the only Wrinkle on the Brain happening right now at this time.
I'm loving it, and I hope you guys too. So, till the next Wrinkle, guys.